I see farther, great, and really great. Thank y'all for being here. We literally just got off the bus, so yes. I'm walking in the door, and they said, turn right here, go straight out to the stage. So, so everybody who spoke before, whoever they were, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for the people who are sitting behind. I always want to make sure I do that. Some of these people, you all look at the front of us. These people get to look at the back of us for the whole time. So they're owed a special thanks. I do want to thank you for the incredible enthusiasm that we have felt in the last days. You know, we felt your love, your affection, your respect for a number of years. This enthusiasm is just unbelievable. We get asked all the time, how do you do this schedule? We have great medicine. It's like we have an amphetamine, and each one of them has a face just like this. Keeps us going every day. And there are only a few days left. So what we want to make certain we do in these last days is see as many people of Iowa as we possibly can. Let them see John. Let them ask him questions. Let them take the measure of the person. Because you get to decide what it is you're looking for, but I think you're looking for a constellation of qualities. You're looking for someone who shares your vision and your values with real ideas about how to make those happen. I think you're really excited. I think a lot of the excitement that we feel is the real excitement about a true progressive candidate, a serious progressive candidate for president. We haven't had one in such a long time, and how great it is that John is in the mix here, poised to win, and has these visions and values that so align with yours. The other thing you look for is somebody who's going to fight for them. Doesn't do any good to believe in them if you're not going to fight for them when you get there. And you look for that as well. And the last thing you look for, because you're pragmatic, bless your hearts, you look for somebody who's electable. I often tell the story, and those of you who've heard me before, I apologize for this, but in 2004, we ran, John was pleased to be the vice presidential nominee, pleased to run with John Kerry. But in the state of North Carolina, where we're from, you know how many television ads the campaign ran? 0. Why? Because it was a red state. You know, Jesse Helms was one of the senators from there, and John had knocked off Locke Faircloth. Liddy Dole was running and appeared to be on her way to winning. We couldn't possibly win in North Carolina. We ran no ads, did not play in that game. The same thing is true in Tennessee. No ads in Tennessee. Al Gore had lost that state. If Al Gore couldn't carry his home state, why should we bother trying to run a race there? In Kansas, no ads, of course. You know, Thomas Frank wrote that book, What's the Matter with Kansas? Why do they keep voting against their economic interest, keep voting Republican? No ads. Certainly we weren't going to run any ads in Oklahoma. Could there be a more Republican state than Oklahoma? Well, maybe Montana. But the truth of the matter is, every single one of those states has a Democratic governor. A Democratic governor won statewide in every one of those states. And why do they win? They won because they understood what happens in those states. They understood the problems of the people, and they had ideas about how to address them. You all may have seen John's book. I'm sure somebody's got it somewhere. There, you don't mind my borrowing that? Oh, thank you, sir. 80 pages, which my 9-year-old says is too many pages, but it's hard to solve the problems of the free world in less than 80 pages, don't you think? 80 pages of ideas of what he's going to do to solve the problems, and a rural DVD, which you all may have gotten a chance to see or get while you're here. I know you can see it online if you haven't been able to do it elsewhere, about the problems that rural America faces, and that John addresses, what he's going to do. If you have those ideas and you convey them to the voters, whether they live in a blue state or a red state, and you say, I understand the problems of your life, and this is what I'm going to do about them, you have a chance to win. Now, where do you not have a chance to win? You have no chance to win a football game if you don't show up for it. You have no chance to win a state that you do not play in. John has said that he agrees with Howard Dean. We need a 50-state strategy. Probably won't win Utah, honestly, but that doesn't mean that we give up on places, because every place you give them up to Republicans. And it's like, you know, the Patriots won last night, but they didn't start the game saying, you know, I feel pretty good about this game. You know, the Giants have lost 3 home games in the past, and I feel like we're going to win this one. So I'll just give them a 40-point lead. That's what the Democrats do every time. John won't do it, and the fact that he won't do it means he's going to fight for every single vote. The way he's going to fight for every single one of those policies in that book. You have a chance to elect a progressive, a fighter, a champion, and a man who can appeal across the United States of America. The next president, John Edwards.
Thank you.